Hey, it's Raspain with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Heart, the City Beneath, episode 6 of Descending Derelictus. In the last episode, our delvers went into a train station that was slightly awry. Things were slightly awry in the train station. Askew. Time was breaking down. There was an infovore angel.
It's fine. It all worked out.
Yeah, you put basically a ghost of a train man to rest.
that was see, we had a nice moment there at the end.
We did that.
Mm-hmm, you did that.
Yeah.
And you've got a couple of new leads. You wake up in Derelictus. There's a man shouting about how he's been eaten by a house, your house. And
Frederick.
Yeah, Frederick is, normal day, apparently. And to remind you of your current leads of things at least one of you wants to do, Redcap Grove beckons, certainly to Valanthe at least, but it is a grove of druids on tier 1, and certainly... you could find a sapling there. You could receive insight from a witch or something stranger still, Valanthe.
Mm-hmm.
There is also in tier 1.
But I don't know why we would want to go there. I mean, they're just a whole bunch of druids who are drinking and eating all of the mushrooms and seeing all sorts of transcendental things. Good morning, Rakk. And and probably know things about infovores. Like, I don't know why the druids wouldn't know about infovores, because, I mean, that kind of seems like they're ballywick.
Hey, I was already in favor, but if you want to upsell me, I'm here for it.
Of course, speaking of Rakk, Rakk wants to visit the Black Raven Lodge. There's apparently... he has received an invitation there. And he has reason to believe that it has something to do with the black worm, perhaps. Something important there. Something.
Oh, worm?
Yeah. Oh, worm. Yeah.
The worm.
And Garanhon knows of another train station on the second tier of the Heart, in which he could send a message to the conductor, which he can possibly. Because the conductor is worried about something. There is some sort of threat against the Vermissian train network, and the conductor is taking steps to stop it. And you and Charlize Ticket Taker are quite worried about this.
Some say that there is a pneumatic tube that reaches for miles. Miles that goes directly into his office.
Exactly. And of course, Outis Phyz can research Zeradoth, the enigmatic entity behind the cult that led to his own creation and to the extra-dimensional portal in the base of your head.
It's great.
And perhaps that cursed diary that gives you instructions written in your own hand, although you don't remember writing it, could be destroyed with an infovore of some kind.
That seems... Look, it almost worked before. I could feel it really hard and crazily across like all of the various levels of existence, both physical and spiritual, as they pseudo shredded when I tried to do it the first time. I feel good about the next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, if at first you don't succeed and destroy everything, try again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, if I've learned anything through the non-specific amount of time that I've been alive, it's that when you do something and it goes incredibly painfully wrong in failing, that means when it succeeds, all of that will be the opposite, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds true.
Yes, it's definitely true. You have quite a few opportunities around you. And you know what your story beats are, and you know what your abilities are. So we can just get started. I assume I will say right now Redcap Grove is the closest. It is only it would be a short delve to reach there. 6 resistance. Then Black Raven's Lodge would be just another let's see here. That would be 9 to get to Black Raven's Lodge, or 15 if you go there directly from the city. So it's actually shorter. Well, yeah, it works about the same way either way.
So since that's the case, we should definitely go to the druids first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just like, Valanthe has been very patient with all of our own dramas and such. I mean, I certainly feel like starting with the Red Cap Grove seems like a reasonable choice.
Mm-hmm.
No, train station now. Sorry,
did you say Red Cap Grove?
No, train stations.
Yes, Red Cap Grove. I agree with you perfectly. See, that's 3 of us right there.
No,
Rakk, do you want to make it unanimous?
I don't know. Maybe
we stop at the Red Caps. We get you some drugs. We get you some drinks.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I can get that anywhere we go, but I'm down for that.
There might be
the
drug
druids have
somewhere.
The good stuff.
I don't know. I'm
druids have the good shit.
I'm not into that organic stuff.
You're
not into that organic. Literally everything that you eat comes from the wild.
But not my drugs. I have standards.
Oh.
Well, I will say this, Garanhon. From Black Raven Lodge, if you can get there, you could probably find the access of another haven that would be much closer to the entrance to Tier 2. So you wouldn't have to go all the way back to Derelictus and then it'll go all the way around Tier 1 in order to get down to Tier 2. Because right now there's no easy way to get down to Tier 2 and reach that. So you probably want to essentially find the second haven for your group. Because I mean, Derelictus is your home base, but if the further you go out, you're going to have to find way stations along the way to rest. Okay,
then.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to do before you head out to the... Of course, you could always make peace with, for example, the Temple of Haven, Sonderwood, to gain that as a haven. But there are other havens. For example, there's the Tower, which is it's an interesting place, and that's certainly pretty close to the Tier 2 entrance, access, Tier 2 access point to get further down into the heart. Does anybody want to do anything in Derelictus before you head out to the Red Cap Grove?
Well, I was thinking about picking up a ranged weapon.
Okay.
Because I do have some resources just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
And I thought that I could maybe burn a D6 technology and a couple of D6 havens, because I've got 3 of those.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps get my hands on a...
all right, so a basic ranged weapon. Let's see here, like a simple set of throwing knives. Well, let's see here. For a D6 resource, you could get a D4 bandolier of throwing knives. So that'd be D4 killing ranged and no other tags. Or you could get let's see here.
Can I double down and make it a D6 bandolier of throwing knives? And say that they're not only sharp, but they're also poisoned?
How many resources do you have?
I've got 3 that I'm willing to burn on this. 3 D6s.
3 D6s, okay. I would say... Okay, if you want the really dangerous knives, D6 killing, and brutal. So you roll twice and take the higher of the 2. But it's also dangerous. Whenever you roll the max stress for that item, you add D6 stress to blood. The poison is pretty... you throw a bunch of poison throwing knives really fast. You tend to get cut or inhale some residual poison. So
yes,
or
I know how this goes.
To look cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it will look very cool. Who hasn't
like the poison blade?
Yeah. Actually,
so that's you said brutal and
dangerous.
Brutal and dangerous.
And ranged.
And sold.
Okay, and that'll take all your resources.
Well, not all of them, but just the ones I'm spending.
Okay.
I've still got more.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else want to clear any conditions with their resources? Because havens are the best place to do that. You can heal stress on the road, but not fallout.
Okay. Oh shoot! The only thing I have is one thing to, and for any of the minor ones, was that a D8 to get rid of, or is that lower?
D6. D6 is
a D6.
Yeah.
The only issue that I have with that, well, it's basically just taking away from the protections on there. Plus, I haven't been able to use for my Vermissian plate, so I'll wait on this.
Wait, what is it you're trying to do?
So if I need technology resources to be able to activate the Vermissian plate ability, and I haven't had that the last couple times. So
I was gonna say, well, I could trade something with you, but all I have are wild occult drugs. So
yeah, so if they're technological drugs right now, if it's made of oil and bolts, I can make that as an excuse.
Okay, so you're not gonna. Yeah, you can overspend to clear it. So you could. You had a D8 resource, right? So you could
D6.
Oh, you had a D6. Yeah, with a D6 resource, you can clear one of your conditions.
Okay.
Also, was the drug addiction, was that a minor?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll take off the mind vulnerability because I think the infovore fascination is hilarious, and I don't want to get rid of that yet.
Okay, so you're no longer vulnerable. Very good. Yeah. All right. And Rakk, you want to take the edge off?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'm spending the resource, but it's essentially going to be. I go to my emergency coffee reserve.
Oh yes.
What I need to do when I need to take the edge off.
Mm-hmm. You sober up a bit. Very good.
Just eat a bunch of raw human kidneys, and it'll get you right as rain.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm drinking, it's more like I'm going to be very mellow for the next hour. Everything's great. Oh yeah. I'm just going to chill. I love you guys. Everyone's they're all getting hugs.
Oh. Hey, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And we love you too.
Yeah.
I had a brief question. So, because I know when we started the game too, we basically had my beginner resource was spare capacitors and a D6 technology wires. Since that's something that would be at the Haven, does that actually resupply every game? Okay, or that's done and done? Okay.
It's done and done.
All right, I kind of figured that was the case now, but all right. So I just have to scavenge around and figure out what I can get.
Yep,
cool.
That's the name of the game. So you head out. And the best way to get to Redcap Grove from Derelictus, as everyone knows, is the slide. And by the slide, I mean there is a treacherous footpath that goes down at a precipitous angle towards the grove. And unfortunately, there is a lot of slightly oily rubble. So the idea is you kind of surf downwards on a channel of gravel and rocks.
That rules.
And it does rule. Some people be slow and cautious. Some people try and just go with the flow, and some people belly slide. It all depends on how you approach it. But I assume Garanhon is leading the way with his delving gear. So
we're shield surfing all the way down. So
all right, well, let's see how effective you're able to lead the team. This is a 6 resistance delve, so go ahead and roll. And does anyone want to assist Garanhon with this?
What's the domain?
This is going to be.
Do I have to have the domain, or do I just have to have delve?
No, you don't have. For this one, you don't have to have anything. You're just being. You provide him a die. The thing is, you take.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Stress if I screw it up. So
yeah, go for it.
I would say wild for this because it's pretty wild, dude, bro.
It is also sick as hell.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, 3d10. Let's see if I do it. Yep. Just barely by the skin of my teeth.
Yep. But that is going to be d6 blood or D4 blood to both of you. Because you're sliding down gravel. There's some contusions. So that
I do have one blood protection.
So Garanhon, you take 4 minus your blood protection,
which is 1. So
okay.
Unfortunately, I just fling the rest of the gravel in front of Otis's face. Unfortunately,
and then and then Outis, you take 2 minus 1. So. You're both fine. Yeah, so you just took that amount of blood stress. And go ahead and roll your d6 for Delve to see if how close you get down.
Skating almost all the way down.
All right.
5.
All right. So
that looked fun, gentlemen. Before you go on to the next part, who wants to have their gravel picked out of their hide? I've got tweezers.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I've got fur. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
I mean, Valanthe can, try and heal that blood stress.
I mean, if you want, I don't like being full of gravel.
All right.
Like, who does, aside from Rakk? But that's because Rakk is an enthusiast.
Well, while we were on our break, I learned how to mend things, so I fixed it myself.
It's actually risky. It is. In that case, you will take supplies.
Okay.
Because healing yourself is a risky action, so you take the lower of the two.
Huh. Supplies!
Okay. So you take 3 to supplies.
Okay.
Valanthe, on the other hand, heals Outis just fine, because I think it was just 1, so he cannot help but do it.
Thank you.
You just took 3 to supplies. No fallout for you, Garanhon.
Yay.
Yeah. Let's see here. If someone wants to discern to find, you're almost on the way out, and there's you just got to pick your exit. Is it going to be the good one or the bad exit? Because if you ditch too early, you'll tumble too far. But if you ditch too late, you'll land in some sharp rocks. You have to hit
I'm extremely discerning.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a wild domain, but 2d10's better than nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, this isn't risky or anything, is it?
Yeah.
Then I rolled a 10.
All right. There's only 1 resistance left on the delve, so you cannot help but make it. So you've successfully traversed the slide. Good job.
I'm going
to call it. You did a great job. I'm very proud of you.
And you realize it wasn't oil that was on the gravel. It was like a plasma, like blood, like something leaking from one of the veins of the heart.
No.
Yeah. But
oh no, the heart's broken.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's that much grease in the blood from the heart, I'm a little worried about it's diet.
Oh yeah, that's been eating too many delvers.
I think its diet is misery and souls.
Yeah, but I mean, there's such a thing as overdoing it.
Yeah, not enough fiber.
There's a lot of grease to be found in misery.
Yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why not eat a little bit of joy. Joy is fluffy and apparently good for you. I don't know.
Or just eat some nice anhedonia. It goes like it's basically like the fiber of emotions. Doesn't do anything,
and it doesn't taste like anything.
Clean you out.
I should make you guys mooncake sometime.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Good. So you have reached the.
I'm just very chill right now. This coffee makes me very happy.
So you see in the distance the ruins, the outlines of a ruined cathedral, and you can already smell the fungal bloom in the air. The air is thick with spores. So there are you can see a small campfire at the edge, the sort of threshold of this area. You don't see it, and there's like sort of already a grove near this campfire. You would Valanthe, you know that is the place where you are to make your presence known, so the guards, the druids, can ascertain whether they'll let you in or not. Now, of course, this is a wild grove, so you can bypass that and try and sneak in, but they don't like outsiders who barge into their grove without permission. So
right. And since we're trying to be polite this time around, I'm just going to go to the campfire, gesture from my companions to pull up seats on different logs.
Okay.
Ooh, logs.
And while we are waiting, I've brought a couple of treats from back home that I thought that we might share. They may look like they're little red marshmallows, but they are totally not blood mallows. Let's roast these. Mind the screams.
Okay. So
Excellent. I need to find a good roasting stick.
Roasting sticks are easily found here. There are many trees that grow under the ground here. It doesn't seem to bother any of the vegetation that they never get any sunlight. You're not a wildlife expert or anything, but you're kind of
True.
Nature expert. But that seems kind of weird.
I'm more of an unnature expert.
Yeah. So. Anyways, so the four of you wait for a bit, and a wild-haired woman in a ragged cloak comes out. There are twigs. You think there's a snake and a bird in her hair as well. She has, painted ash on her face, and she looks at you, and you can see her teeth have been filed into points. And she says, "What? You here to buy?"
Well, we're here to commune, to talk, to maybe join in the song and the dance and the everything.
Yeah, you can come into the market and buy if you want, but you'll have to. I've never seen you, and he stinks. She points directly at Garanhon. You'll have to take all that off if he wants to come in at all. And she points at Outis like he's kind of weird too.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I was waving like, hello.
You'll have to.
This is mostly a part of me and integrated.
What a horrible fate. Ugh.
Does it help if I brought Sharon drugs? I have my D8 of wild occult drugs.
Well, it's simple. If you want to prove that you're in tune with nature, we'll let you in, but there's a test to be let in to let yourself wander around, and it's different.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes. She points at Valanthe. This one already passes. I can tell the heart speaks to this one. But you three, I'm not so sure. She points at Rakk. You may be rabid, so we must see if your heart is pure. If you are,
I just like, hey, I'm not rabid now.
Your meat may be rancid.
Super chill.
Yes.
I assure you, my meat is perfectly fine.
Then you
I
won't
exercise a lot.
Then you won't mind a good sweat.
I don't sweat.
It's a spiritual sweat.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I think he pants. Is that what it is?
I do.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah, he does. It's like sweating, but through the tongue.
Yeah.
Or extrude's a biological component that actually is a good engine degreaser.
Well, this one, she looks at Rakk. He'll have to do a spiritual sweat to see if he's got rabies, or either physical or metaphysical. And he'll have to pay for the privilege of getting this sweat. If you want in. If you want to buy, that's fine. I can escort you to the market, but it's only the market. But she looks at you, Garanhon. You can't live without that burnt earth on you?
Oh, well, it is very much a part of my being, and that's like who I am.
Why?
That's because I delve into the secret mysteries of the Vermissian and how it controls the potential of the heart.
It does not control anything. It is a parasite, and it will soon wither away. But if you want in, I cannot deny you the chance to take your test, but it would be unpleasant.
Well, I haven't seen anything else that would convince me of otherwise, no, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
And besides, I mean, isn't parasitism also a part of nature? I mean, that's just a... I don't know.
I'd like to think more of symbiosis if we can.
All right. Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And you...
Parasitism is a form of symbiosis. I mean, the two are linked. It's just one side is all give and the other side is all take.
Yeah. It's like an abusive relationship or capitalism.
It's exactly like both of those things.
And you, she looks at you, Outis. You look like you're unstable. Like you're...
Thank you.
And we can't have someone with your talents unstable running around.
Oh, you meant that as a negative.
It is a negative.
What?
Unstable members of the herd are the first to get picked off. They bring disease and they drag others down with them.
I mean, unstable is just a negative way of framing being fluid, which is, again, another important part of any natural cycle.
Okay.
You know, he does have a point. It is kind of the circle of life.
Too much stability is rigidity, and then you just break.
You are on the point of breaking already.
I've broken a few times. Heals back, though.
I think she's talking about the mental scars.
Yeah.
God, we are really annoying, aren't we?
What? I'm having a lovely time.
So who wants to take their test first?
I mean, I like a good test. I did mediocrely in school.
Okay.
I will cheer you guys on.
Woo.
I love you. You're wonderful. Best companions that an already tested, somewhat messed up witch could have.
Okay. It's simple. So she takes you to a clearing, and in the clearing there is a pit. It's only about like 5 or 6 feet. It's about like 6 feet deep and like 10 feet in diameter. It's simple. You just have to hold this egg until the water. I'm going to pour water at the edge of this, at the lip of this pit, and it'll flow down into the below. When it stops flowing, you can. The test is over, and that's it. You just have to hold the egg, and the egg can't break.
Okay.
And you also have to sit down.
Can I roll
Can
I roll discern occult to see if I can figure out how this is going to fuck me? All right. 3, 7. Okay, 7.
Okay. With a 7, there's no stress because you're just figuring things out. So you look at the bottom edge of the pits along the side, and you can see there are little holes. And what you realize is that you're going to have to remain absolutely still. The egg is going to draw out a... well, you just call them pain ants because they're ants and they bring pain. They're very painful. There's other names for them.
Pain.
Yeah. So the pain ants are going to come out and they're going to start crawling over you. They're not going to eat the egg or anything like that, but they're going to be very curious about the egg, and them crawling on you is going to cause you incredible pain. So
you're going to get a visit from the agony ants.
No. Or pain ants or pants.
So you have to basically keep your shit together for a few minutes.
Let's see. I'm either really good at that or really bad at that. I can't remember which. Oh, well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
The opposite.
Yeah, endure would be the obvious skill to use against this. But
yeah. Is it cheating for me to use magic?
She did not say. You cannot break the egg.
Ah, well, then that's fair. Okay.
Resources.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all I have, I don't know if getting high will fix that, but we'll deal with that later. In that case, I think that I'll do the thing that I usually do, which is use the frenzy of the sky court to gain a skill I don't already have, which in this case would be endure.
All right, you can roll to cast it.
Alrighty. Oh, fuck you. Ew. God damn it.
Is there a penalty for failing? I think there is.
I assume there is.
Yeah. I'm just going to say it's D4 mind stress.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Well, that'll help me later.
Yeah. 4!
Yay!
And yeah, you take 4 mind stress. So yeah.
All right.
This is going to be great. That'll
give me mastery on any spell shit I try to roll later.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck it. Here we go, I guess.
Yeah, you sit down in the middle of the pit. She pours the water, and these large ants start coming out, and they start crawling towards you. And you sit there with the egg, and you know that they're going to come, and just their footsteps are going to be agony for you. They're not going to physically harm you unless you move. You have to stay still, because if you move, then they'll know, and that will really fucking suck. But they, what seems like hours, they reach your ankle, and you can feel the first leg make contact with your bare skin, and oh god, it's like someone's poking a burning needle into your skin.
Oh, that's no good.
It's not good, and then there's more of them. And then there's a lot of them. So go ahead and give me that endure check, and this is risky. So,
in that case, I can't succeed.
You can roll 2, and let's see. I think
because I don't have endure naturally. So unless I don't have I'm assuming that this is neither occult nor technology. So if it's risky, I would
roll 1d10. If it's a 10, it succeeds at a cost.
All right. Which of my die are the ones that don't hate me? Let's go with this one.
I mean, would it be he doesn't have the skills, so I couldn't help him with that.
Okay. Now here's the thing. I'll let you choose how you're channeling this pain. Is this mind stress? Is this actual physical trauma? Or is this fucking mutating you?
I'd go with mutation.
I mean, that does sound interesting.
Hell yeah, it does.
What if your eyes had 360 vision where you could see the back?
It's not that kind of mutation.
Let's go.
I didn't say it was beneficial.
Let's go weird shit.
All right. That is going to be Echo. You take 4 Echo stress, and you do not suffer any fallout. But you realize it doesn't. You're just hanging on. Give me another D10 roll.
Oh god. Oh god.
You're almost there.
Just a 6.
All right.
So no, not a 10.
Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
All right, you take minor fallout. It's not good. It's not good. Weirdly,
is this Echo or is this?
Yeah, this is Echo.
Okay. Wait.
Let's see.
Just repeat after me. I must not fear, for fear is the mind killer.
But ants are the real killer.
My mind is already pretty killed.
I will accept that pain is a necessary thing. I will allow it to pass through me.
All right.
Come on, you know the words.
Yeah, your pain, you start disassociating so much. The only way your mind can escape is to start perceiving other realities, other timelines, other yous where this is not happening.
Not that guy.
Yeah. Your vision swims as you start to perceive worlds other than your own, layered on top of one another. You now have Hex Eye. This is ongoing. And let's see here. Hex Eye is a minor, but any action you take that requires accurate judging of distance, jumping, shooting, running down a corridor, becomes risky. Once per session, you see something useful. Ask the GM what it is.
Do his eyes look any different?
I'll leave that up to Outis.
Yeah, they're literally like the irises are literally hexagons.
Okay. So you no longer perceive the pain in this case, and you pass the test easily.
Rad with no downsides.
When I see that, I'm totally going to hug you again. I'm still in a very
Why is my vision?
I'm in a very huggy mood with that from that coffee.
No, I'm actually.
Why is my vision compound now?
No, I'm actually pretty psyched about this because the more that I alter myself, the more I am my own person and not authored by an entity beyond the realms of our existence. So, yay.
Yeah.
See? Wonderful. Right there.
I see this as purely positive.
All right. So each of you have a scene here. Who wants to go next? Valanthe, you can go and make your deal to exchange the sap for wisdom from the skeleton courtiers, because I believe that was the reason why you were coming here.
The skeletal courtiers sap. I was going to trade that for enlightenment and hopefully find a heart-shaped sapling.
Yes. So the heart-shaped sapling, that'll take something, but you already have what it takes to do that. So, but yeah, I'll let any of the rest of you all have a scene. The other two. All right,
I'll do my test. I'll do my test next. I am not rabid right now.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
The druid tells you again it's a spiritual level. So
you keep saying that. I don't think it means what you think it does.
For someone who focuses on the hunt, you're very naive. But
no, I'm just very chill right now. You caught me at a strange.
The materials to give this sweat to you cost. What do you have to offer?
Want some of the coffee I made?
Yeah, like out of character, do you have any resources you can trade?
I do. I still have a D6.
In what? What is it?
Resources.
No, I mean like what there should have been a tag. Like what is the loot item? Like what is it? Like do you remember what it was?
Oh, okay, I think I wrote it down. I think it's technology.
Okay, so it was like scrap from the one of the rows. She looks at it. You don't have anything else?
Well, what do you want? My blood?
I would take your blood if it is freely offered.
How much of it?
Enough to fill a bowl.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I like blood's awesome, isn't it?
It is. Has many uses.
Makes for a very good baking ingredient, actually.
Oh, I cook with blood a lot.
Yeah.
I never cooked my own.
So yeah, you take 5 stress. Which wait, do you have any blood protection?
Yes, I do.
Not from armor, but from like an inherent ability.
Yes.
Okay.
It's inhuman.
Okay.
It gives me a +1 blood resistance.
All right. So because of your inhuman, you do not take a fallout from that, but you do take 4 blood stress.
Oof, yeah, right on the edge.
Yep. So
I like that. Ooh, like I'm gonna look at the druid like you've bloodlet before, haven't you? I can tell.
Many times.
You did that was a really good bloodletting.
She takes you to a lodge that they have set up. It is not. There is a fire burning in it, but it is a blue fire, and it is very cold in there. She says, "I cannot be. I will observe the vapors that come out from the center of the tent of the lodge, and interpret them. Simply pour the crystals onto the fire when you're ready." She hands you a basket with some oddly colored crystals.
All right, well, I'll just do you have a towel? Can I have a towel?
There is a towel inside.
Oh, delightful.
We have towels at home.
Yeah. So
the worst family ever.
All right.
Yeah. Well, the towel's going to go on my head, and then I throw the crystals in.
All right. So you do so. It is cold, and it gets colder. It's like Arctic, beyond Arctic. You feel a deep chill emanating in your soul as you breathe them in. It hurts to breathe. Your nose dries out, but you continue to do so, and you feel lightheaded and overwhelmed as you can feel like your essence lifting out of your body almost. When you squint your eyes, you can kind of see yourself like from above, like you're viewing your own body as you're sitting next to this blue fire. as you are hovering above yourself. It's very odd. It is a very trippy, intense experience, and it's hard to make sense of it. Roll discern to see if you can figure out what the fuck is happening.
9 and an 8. I discern some things.
You do. The primary thing is you can actually see your own soul, or its aura of your own soul. It is, and you can tell it is this is not like discerning its elements. This is not a fine-tuned test to reveal every secret of your soul. It is simply to reveal what kind of soul you have, i.e., is it mortal? Is it cursed? And your soul is not. It is a normal mortal soul, but there is a thread of darkness linked to your soul, and that is linked to something else. You can see the outline of something monstrous and dark circling your soul. Yes, possibly worm-shaped, or it's hard to tell exactly.
I see it, I'm just going to smile like, I'm going to get you, worm. Oh, yeah.
But it's not necessarily worm-shaped. It's very ambiguous. But you sense intent and intelligence in it, which you're not sure the worm is. It is vaguely worm-shaped, but you cannot. But the thing hunting you, it seems to be hunting you. But you're the hunter, and the worm you thought was an animal, a monster, not a beast, not another hunter. So part of it, so it's contradictory evidence.
Well, you better be a better hunter than I am, little dude, because I'm really good. I'm a good hunter, and you look like shit.
So the vision ends. Your soul is reunited with your body. The druid says, well, you are not corrupted spiritually, although did you see the thing in the dark watching your
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw it.
Okay.
Saw the hell out of it, I did.
Well, it is not here, but it is watching you. So that is...
Can I watch it?
That is beyond my purview, and I don't care one way or the other.
Watch it watching you.
Yeah, we can watch each other.
You qualify to be let into the grove. That's all I care about.
I said, okay, I hug the druid.
But if you ever bring that thing here, we will be forced to kill you.
I understand that.
Okay. All right. Who wants
like that? As soon as you smell really good, by the way.
I smell of fungus and death.
Well, fungus for sure, and hey, death can be appetizing. You have yourself a really good day.
So
I think I made the coffee too strong this time. I'm sure it'll wear off soon.
Look, if you're having a good time, it's not too strong.
I didn't even think about eating him. That's how strong it was.
I'm pretty sure that druid is a her.
I can never tell.
All right, who wants to see next?
I guess I'll go through my test.
All right. So, for you, it's simple. We're
just gonna beat you up.
Well, actually,
we just work you over.
If that is, you may prefer that over this other. We have one of our members used to be a technologist, but he has passed. But he is his apprentices are with us. And one of his apprentices will evaluate you and make sure that she pokes you in the head. That is in control of that poking your metal parts. Because our fear is that the metal parts are the ones that are commanding that poking your head again.
That's
okay. So no, that everything else is completely and utterly under this control. And it's like, for the record, I have not had any type of skull or cerebral implants, just because the fluid exchange rate on those is notoriously bad and does cause a lot of migraines.
You do know we can't take your word for it, right?
No, I do understand this, but in turn, I assure you, that is not the point. This is just improvements to delve further, as any Vermissian knight would tell you.
So, do you accept?
Yes. No, it's like if this is what needs to happen, I submit myself to analysis.
All right, she whistles. You hear scurrying coming from a tree above you, and then a chipmunk lands on her shoulder. All right, get to work. The chipmunk leaps from her shoulder onto your shoulder, and then somehow burrows into your armor.
Through the metal?
Yep, she found an opening in the metal that you didn't realize was there.
That's adorable. She's got a little bitty.
Yeah, give me an endure. Give me a risky endure check there.
Okay. Can I add technology to that since it's?
Yep, I'll give you that.
Oh, hey, that just tickles.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Oh, that's a little off. So
what parts of your body are mechanical?
Realistically, the only parts that are truly mechanical at this point are my steel bones. So
okay,
that are pistoned right in there. Everything else is more or less just kind of latched in through a series of ports and whatnot. So
all right, so you just fall over as your bones stop working for a moment. And you hear a voice coming.
His only regret is that he has bonitis.
And then you hear a voice. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes. Hello.
Hello. Good. All right. State your name.
Garanhon Pearce, Knight of the Vermissian.
Mm-hmm. And how would you describe yourself on a categorical level?
What category does that mean? That's a bit vague.
Well, that's you. What category do you think you fit in? What comes to mind initially?
Explorer of the unknown?
It's not a category. What's a category you would fit in that others would fit in?
So...
do you identify as human? No, I'm a meat popsicle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So that's like modified human.
Modified in what way?
That I utilize technology of the Vermissian to increase my ability to delve and explore.
Does technology control you?
No, I'm fascinated by it, but that's like it. At the end of the day, it is part. That's like we're utilizing it as a tool,
and that is why you've replaced your real bones with metal bones.
So, well, yes, that's a tool in order to allow me to survive. That's like damaging falls and fights with creatures whose strength surpasses my own.
And it looks baller.
All right, you're walking in the heart. Along the path, you see
a turtle. Is it on its back?
You see an armored reptile on its back. It's helpless.
You motherfucker.
You aren't helping it. Why aren't you helping it?
I would go ahead and help it. So. So what? Is there a reason? Why would you think I wouldn't help it?
I mean, just a question, just to gauge your response.
I can only think right now if I know it's a particular poisonous branch or whatnot, but I would have to consult things first before information beforehand, which I would also consult the people who are more knowledgeable in the wild, pointing back towards Rakk and Valanthe.
All right.
Yeah, don't pick me for that. I don't know shit about those.
All right. So you chose to replace your bones. You like technology, and you chose to be this way, and you do not feel compelled by the technology to do what it wants you to.
No. So I've never had that particular one. I mean, I have the fascination with it and the ability to make that better.
Wait,
but
hold on. Let me check something. You feel like a sharp stab somehow in your brain for a second. All right. Are you still there?
Yeah. Can you tell me what you just did?
I thought you had a mind control module in there. I guess not.
No.
Okay.
That was incredibly painful.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't. There's no nerves in the brain, so I don't know what that was. Don't worry about it though. Anyway, it looks like you're fine. Well, I mean, it looks like you're not being controlled. So, all right. Your bones start working again, so you can move. And the chipmunk pops out of your shoulder again.
Before the chipmunk concerns, can I roll discern to see if like that was a sign that they were lying about possibly that pain? Is there something?
Sure.
It's like, do I have a spore in my brain now? That's my concern. 9 and 7, yes.
You don't think so? You don't think a spore would leave a stabbing pain like that? And that is, it would be, and the fact that all your, as far as you can tell, all your cognitive functions are fine.
All my memories are completely intact. I would remember if they weren't.
Yeah, I just worry about something growing into my central nervous system that takes away an autonomous function.
Mm-hmm.
Like fork in the brain.
Yeah.
Fork in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I don't appreciate Chip and or Dale delving into me.
You agreed to it.
Who delves into the delver?
The other thing, you could have just been worked over by a bunch of druids with shillelaghs.
Why shillelaghs?
Would you have rather have been worked over by shillelaghs?
Yeah.
You could make a fun afternoon out of it.
Yeah.
Not my kink, okay?
Well, it might be now. Who knows what that guy did to your brain?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm sure.
Oh, God.
I mean, really, if you think about it, which one is closer to your kink? Getting worked over by a bunch of druids with shillelaghs or one chipmunk?
I believe that answer is none of your fucking business.
Look, as an experienced amateur in brain fuckery, you're probably fine.
Oh wait, was that the brain fuckler?
Was the brain fuckler apparently? So I believe all of you passed your tests.
Woohoo!
So you head out with Valanthe. Valanthe, you take it to an elderly druid sage, who looks. He's been meditating. You actually mistake him as a tree stump. He has been meditating so long that moss has grown over him. He looks a bit like a tree stump. He is shaped a bit like a very large tree stump. And it's only when he's like, oh, I thought he was right here, that it begins to stir a little bit and you realize it's just a person that looks like a tree stump.
This is the guy we are getting enlightenment from.
Neat.
Hello.
Hello, wise one.
Yes, I know you have a gift for me.
I do. Do you have something for me?
What do you wish to be enlightened about?
A great many things.
Well, name.
But I know that the true secret to enlightenment is not always in getting the knowledge that you seek, but rather being open to the knowledge that you receive.
Okay. He nods, bids you to sit. And the three of you are like, this is going to take a while. Yeah. I'm
actually going to sign the same thing with the drow hand sign towards Rakk. This is going to take a while.
Yeah, I think the coffee's wearing off. You want to go party or something?
Yeah, you could try to go party with the Red Cap Grove druids.
Fuck yeah, that sounds like they do have they do have some good shit.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So Valanthe, you start meditating with the tree stump druid, and as he slowly absorbs the sap from the skeleton courtiers through his skin, your mind. You can give me a discern plus occult or cursed or wild.
Got a little bit too close to that sacred smoke there.
Oh, yeah.
No, the coughing is how you know it works.
I do believe that is a critical success.
It is.
8, 10, 4.
You start peeling back the layers of cosmic awareness. transcending. It's like a time lapse video. You're seeing time accelerating. The tree stump druid starts moving at normal speed, but then you realize it just seems this is only your perception. Time is not actually speeding up for you. But yeah, you're able to see things on a broader scale now and a broader timeline. So yeah, in a general sense, you know that the heart has chosen you to do something, and the thing that has chosen you to do is to be near your current companions. It is no accident that you are traveling with these three, and they are all in. You see that they are all linked to each other, and they are. It is forming a triangle, but one in which two are against one, but you cannot tell which two are against which one, and you're not sure which one. The heart wants you to take a side, but you're not sure which one. So for free, I'll let you choose one of them, and to gain insight into that, and you could choose yourself.
Well, you say that it's a triangle, but I'm used to seeing us as a four-sided die.
Yeah, 3-dimensional.
And I'm just wondering, where exactly is that last point? Because I am just as tightly bound to all of them.
Yeah. You were the one. The three of them would have fallen together even without you. They would have found each other, but you were the one that the heart is sent in order to enact its will. But what its will is still murky, and you're trying. So that is still a mystery to you. Although you'll know when the time is right. You're pretty sure, but you can give me. You need to help the three fulfill their agendas in order to make the heart's desire known.
I see it so clearly. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Now, out of character, was there? I don't remember off the top of my head. Was there something in specific you were trying to figure out, or you were just wanting to see what the heart wanted?
Honestly, I'm trying to see what the heart wants. This is going to be words. So I've got a minor story beat that I've just fulfilled there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be replacing it with a major beat. And the enlightenment that I receive is going to inform what that major beat is going to be.
Okay. So all you know,
and I already have an idea.
Okay. So yeah, you can keep meditating, and if you want to focus your attention on one particular player character, I can give you a chance for one more insight after you meditate. But let's switch the scene a little bit to the three remaining delvers who have found a gathering of druids around a bonfire as they are sharing mushroom-infused grog, and eating other fungal concoctions and
earthy.
Yeah, very earthy. Lots of weird snacks and drinks being passed around. And all three of you have passed the test, so they are not kicking you out, but they are not exactly super friendly with you yet. So. You can try and ingratiate yourself. Rakk, perhaps. You could try and charm someone with tales of your exploits, for example. Or you could ask them things to learn more about what the fuck's going on. Or tips.
I'll regale them. I'll regale them with stories of things I have done.
Okay.
As well as my culinary interests, including and I'm loving the sense I'm getting from the stuff here.
Yeah. Obviously, compel. Wild would work.
Wild, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
7.
So, you tell your stories, and they're pretty impressed. But you realize this is a hard group to please. You have them interested, but you haven't totally charmed them yet. So you're going to have to push your luck in one way or the other. So one, you could make a hunt or a kill check to do a demonstration. Or let's see here. You could double down and get in their face with another compel check and just really focus on your storytelling technique. But if that backfires, you'll probably have a fight on your hands.
I'll do the first. It's like, I tell you, you've seen me. I admit I have some of the chill down coffee before. I think I made it a little strong, but like it's wearing off now. Like, would you like to see something?
They definitely want to see something.
And it's going to be kill and hunt, which I have both.
Okay.
So I'm going to go I'm going to go. It's like actually I'm going to take off my jacket. Hold on to this, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it to Outis.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Got it.
And I'm going to go do something wild and hunty and killy.
Okay.
I just have to point out, normally it's, here, Valanthe, hold this.
All right, so the best way to do that is they tell you that there is a deadly... If you're as fast as you say you are, there is a... they call it the man catcher, because it's a plant that can catch a man. But it has delicious fruit at the end of its tip. And if you're as fast and or as sure of a shot as you can, you could shoot it off. But be careful. If you strike anything other than the fruit, the man catcher is likely to retaliate and can shoot quills as well as catch men. It's a very deadly fucking plant, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, quill shooter doesn't sound as cool as man catcher though, so they went with the obvious.
That's definitely a marketing decision.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do this shit.
All right.
Yeah, I succeed.
Let's see here. Unfortunately, you do succeed, but at a cost. As you were sprayed, as one quill strikes you in the chest, and you bleed pretty badly. So what is that? That's 6 blood stress. You have 1 protection, right? So that's 5. And what? How much blood stress did you have before?
I didn't take any blood stress, I don't think, the last time because.
I think it was Outis who was taking it, right?
Yeah, so that's 5. I'd be 5 then.
Okay. All right, so you're fine. You're at 5, and the druids are suited. They're very charmed with your exploits. You've proven you can talk the talk and walk the walk. So good job.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm just gonna yank the quill out. Anyone want this thing?
Let's hear your thing here. Garanhon or Outis, do you want to do anything at the party?
I have something.
Okay.
Yep.
If I want to ingratiate myself, does anyone have anything that is impressively broken?
One of
My
their
bones.
His girl left him.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's could I randomly say that I have a bit of that's broken. That's resource tech that isn't actually worth anything.
Yeah, no, not you.
Okay.
I meant the I want to do something for one of them since they're having this as their thing.
Oh, something spiritually broken. Okay, got
yeah, it can be. I mean, it can theoretically be anything because I've not used this yet, so I want to see how it goes.
Okay.
Oh, I gotcha. In that case, they don't have any technology, obviously, but one of them
be anything
did break a leg.
Ooh. Yeah. Hey, check this out. So, Mark of the Weaver is a thing that I got. My hands are covered in spiderweb ink. I have the capacity to stitch, fix, or bind with a thought. Aside from giving me the mend skill, also, once per session, I can fix something, someone or something in a matter of seconds, even if it would usually take hours of careful work. So, as a show of good faith and to get these people on our side, I'm going to burn that on helping this dude.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a min check with wild.
Okay. Can I assist him with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assist. Yeah.
Yep. So get an extra.
You'll
dice.
both be risking fortune then.
Okay.
7.
Okay. So with a 7, you succeed, but both of you take 1 fortune stress as you're pushing your luck doing this.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I have weird ink tripping based mending skills that I hadn't had a chance to stretch yet. So
Yeah. So they've warmed up to a bit as gracious. They give all 3 of you, by the way, 1d6 in hallucinogenic mushrooms. So
Nice.
they are taboo. Yeah. They said, oh, this one is grown off a corpse. That's the best kind. Yeah.
Taboo shrooms in the pocket. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead.
If we still have time, there's actually something I did want to do because they made mention of a Vermissian knight who decided to become a part of this population.
No, well, a technologist. He's
our technologist.
He left his apprentices behind.
Okay, so in this case, this person is long gone.
Yeah, you could ask about it though.
Okay, yeah, if I can find the other apprentices, just to out of curiosity.
Yeah, there's like a possum there.
Okay.
And he talks.
Was the chipmunk another apprentice or?
Yeah, the chipmunk was the apprentice. So
that's how they knew how to do shit with your technology parts.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so.
Yeah,
you could turn your bones off.
Mm-hmm.
I need to protect those drivers way more.
Yeah, I don't know how to turn your bones off. Like that's clearly a thing.
I didn't think that was possible. Yeah. Like apparently there's a valve down there that I was there, and I installed them myself.
Look, we need to find tinier hands. Clearly.
Sure, we could buy some tinier hands.
Possum mechanic. So, but yeah, I just introduced myself and asked, like, what brought your master here, or at least to abandon. That's like the use of other technology.
Well, it's not my place to tell his full story, but I imagine he did say if anyone asked for him that he'd be heading to the bunker.
He started out with thousands of years ago.
Although, is that something that sounds familiar to me? Or
I've heard of it. It's someplace on tier 2. It's a the High Elves sent multiple expeditions to pacify the Heart. One of the more successful campaigns, they established a beachhead on the 2nd tier, a massive fortified network of trenches and fortifications known as the bunker.
So, and anything that was hiding in that, or would that be more of a discern or check to know any information about that?
Just in general, I mean, yeah, probably a lot of really fucked up shit. It's actually, you would probably guess, though, now that you think about it, you wouldn't be surprised if that train station you're talking about is not too far from there. But there'd probably be a lot of weapons, and a lot of, yeah, you can give me a discern check.
Okay. And can I add the technology domain on that as well?
Sure.
Success at 8, yes.
Okay. You do know that there are, the Heart didn't let all the soldiers die. They're known as the Walking Wounded, and they've kind of gelled into, there's also a lot of technology down there, a lot of weapons and a lot of various devices and machines. But yeah, it's a bad place. You've heard rumors that there are still some groups there that meet to the remnants of the army meet to plot and scheme. To what ends, you're not sure. But yeah, it's a spooky place for sure. If this technologist went there, he's obviously there for a good reason, because it's not a place casuals go to.
There might be some more information down there in any case. So, no. But although my other question is like, why did he take you on as apprentices? So not that it seems non-traditional, I'll say.
Well, when you become a good enough druid, you get to leave behind your human form.
Oh, so you used to be a human.
Yeah, but then I got better. Got a lot better.
To each their own. I can't tell. So, was the possible your choice, or did that just come about as
that's really
random
personal, man? You can't just ask somebody that.
Oh, well, I apologize. So I'm just inquisitive since this is very newbie. So that.
Yeah, maybe you should consider getting real bones.
Again, I had them for a while, and honestly, these are servicing me far better than my other ones did. So, I'm kind of afraid of osteoporosis.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Death comes for us all,
all we have to
man.
worry about is rust. That's way easier to deal with.
Yeah. Rust in your blood. Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, it's
that's why blood's red already.
Fine.
Yeah,
you just take that in there, fine.
Blood is always a little rusted. That's why it tastes like that.
Have you had this? Have you had this man catcher fruit? This shit is delicious.
It's very good.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if we could cook that quill thing that it shot out of you. That might if you soften that up, that'd probably make pretty good eating too.
We could make a really good stew.
This week on Heart Drugs.
So you all are having a good time. Meanwhile, Valanthe, have you decided an area to focus your awareness?
Actually, I have. Excuse me. For starters, we know it's not going to be Rakk. Because his moral compass has 4 easy-to-read points. Eat it, kill it, befriend it, mate with it. And mostly the first 3 are the big ones.
Wait, there's other options?
My point exactly. I can read him like a book. I don't need super special enlightenment to understand my friend. I already know him cover to cover. So the book that I'm going to read is going to be the one that has the most twists and turns, because he doesn't even know what all is written in it. And that would be the Book of Outis.
All right. So you focus on Outis, and you see the name Zaradoth appears to you.
Boo!
And you begin to see it branching all around Outis, working subtly so that as not to draw attention to itself. What you realize is that your friend Outis has already helped Zaradoth, even though he doesn't realize it yet necessarily. And you're not sure in what way, though. But Zaradoth is antagonistic towards the heart. Now you realize stopping Zaradoth, that is what the heart desires. But you're not sure how this entity will strike at the heart. But you do know someone will be helping you, one of you, soon, and that person is actually a servant of Zaradoth.
Ooh, paranoia.
Mm-hmm. How am I going to recognize this servant?
That's the problem. You don't know. The vision ends before you can figure that out. You don't know enough about Zaradoth, and you've already strained. You need to return to your own body. Like you have drifted far and wide.
Yeah, there's not enough spiders out there in the astral wastes. Got to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yet.
Fair. It's gonna. I could just see that. Just wait, one more little bit of information, and then somewhere their skitter's going, nope, yank, thread, kabang.
So that's what you got. So you've come back out of it. You've gotten your wisdom. The tree sap or the tree stump. Sorry, druid is back meditating. You will not going to get anything out of him for a while. He's really high on that sap. So yeah, you're ready to move on.
We'll catch up with the rest of my party. Taking that alcohol off of the page. Do.
All right. So, you realize though this place has too many. The fungus that the druids have laid here have is infested everything. It's too strong. Well, the heart has not touched any saplings here. In this grove, surprisingly enough, probably because it would or if it did, the groves have already pruned them to not interfere with their mushroom growing.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's ask them flat out. Hey,
it never hurts to help.
They tell you that the heart touch saplings are more common in wild regions in tier 2. When you get closer to the heart, they're very rare and hard to find on tier 1. So it's just worth, if you're trying to get that, it's just better to go on tier 2.
Hearing a lot about this tier 2 recently. Did they get a product placement deal or something?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Mm-hmm. So,
well, we need to head that away.
And the fastest way to do that is to go through Black Raven Lodge. And then from Black Raven Lodge, you can get directions to the access point. There is a haven near the access point from there. What's it called? I do tell you. The tower. Yes, the tower.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about that.
The tower?
The tower. Yeah, so you can try and get there. But yeah, the tower would be the place to head to get to tier 2.
So the lodge place and then the tower.
Mm-hmm.
That's
all right.
And the barracks. So you said, they said the bunker is on tier 2 as well. Right?
Yeah, the bunker is on tier 2. It was.
Yeah.
It was the high elves making a little dig in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's 9. It's a 9 resistance stealth to get from the Redcap Grove to the Black Raven Lodge.
Okay.
You have to go. You know what? I'll let you choose. Since you're leading the way, Garanhon. Which I'll give you 3 domains to choose from. Let's see here. Religion. Desolate.
Okay.
Or cursed.
Which none of those I have.
Yeah, those all suck.
Yeah.
I could have possibly had access to the cursed domain, but I didn't choose that. Curse.
You know, I happen to have access to that one for reasons.
It's obvious, though. If you wouldn't like to help out, I would not say no.
Well, yeah. So which one?
I guess if Valanthe is helping, we'll go with cursed. Cursed. Return the slab. Oh man.
All right.
You could have just returned the slab.
Or suffer my curse. God, I love that we're just sitting here watching like 20-year-old cartoons.
Nope, you only got 3. You already used all 3 of your shots.
Yeah, these people know what we're about.
All right, so you have to go through. Well, it's a cursed area because it's a open vein of the heart. It's just literal meat and bone and veins and muscle and gore as terrain. So that's pretty fucking cursed.
Well,
what's cursed about that? That's basically
I'm right at home here.
Yeah. See.
Okay, show of hands. Who is right at home here?
One person's curse is another person's blessing.
That's 3, I think. 3 of us have hands up.
Yeah.
No.
So, go ahead and give me a delve check.
Okay. Rolling through with Valanthe's help.
Mm-hmm.
Success on 8 and 6.
Okay, with an 8, you don't take any stress. So go ahead and give me a D6.
D6. Okay.
See how.
And you said this was a 9, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
That's not bad. Just having to chop through muscle and sinew, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like a sizable percentage of the party are experts at that. So,
and Rakk just.
You don't actually have to chop through it. You just have to love it a little bit. Just run your hand along here, feel the pulse.
No.
You gotta cut with the grain, not against the grain.
Thank you, Outis.
And if you just lift a little bit here, you don't even have to cut it all.
Oh, that's interesting. Wait, how does that connect?
All right. You can go ahead and give me another check.
All right. Valanthe, are you helping out again?
Still? Yes.
Okay.
Is it still cursed?
Oh, it's still cursed.
It's very cursed.
Oh, but got an 8, so we're still good. So.
All right, go ahead and give me a D6.
Right.
All right.
Come on, over 4.
Boo!
Ow!
Only one.
Put this pelvis here.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and give me another roll.
Oh wow, it's like a spine made out of pelvises. That's wild.
All right.
I don't really describe everything. You guys are doing a good job describing it for me. So,
is Valanthe still helping?
I assume,
of course.
So. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to get distracted by a pelvis spine.
All right. So that's at 6, though.
What do we want to call it?
All right. So this is going to be D4 echo to both of you.
Okay. Weird shit.
So that is to you, Garanhon, 3.
Okay, I just take 1 then.
Okay. And what is your current echo at?
1.
Okay, so you're fine.
Wow, that D12 is spiteful.
Yeah. So you take 2, Valanthe, and unfortunately, yeah, you're not having a good time.
Well, actually, I have protection 1 from echo.
Oh, okay.
So that means that your 2 on the D12 did not hit.
Okay, you're right. Never mind. I should have asked that.
D12. It is trying to go for it.
It is Dicebot demands blood.
Well, it's not getting mine.
Yeah. So go on, Aaron. Sorry, Garanhon.
And we're up to 6 now.
Come on. We're almost home.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
there we go. No. You actually
you didn't make your check to actually succeed on.
That. Yeah,
he was a 6 was a success though.
No, it was a success, and you rolled a 1 before. Remember?
But that was a different roll though.
Yeah, where's your D10 roll for the skill check?
So that was the.
You've only done 2 skill checks.
I did. So I thought. 8.
Well, yeah, because the first one didn't incur any stress because you rolled the 8.
Yeah, we did 5, we did 1, and then this was.
Oh, you did it right immediately afterwards, even before I rolled stress. That's what you did.
Oh, okay, yes.
So
yes,
you did
I was rolling.
Yeah, okay. So, but that second one was also with stress. No, I only see 2.
Yeah, I only see 2 as well.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah.
So you should roll your 3d10 again.
Yeah. Okay, sorry then. So let me try that again. So sorry.
It's all right. There's a lot of dice rolling in between to figure out how fucked we are.
But I get a 9, so it's fine. We find our path again through the veins.
All right, I'll let you keep that D6 roll for your delve check. So this will be the last for it. However, Rakk.
Yes.
You do as you are leaving this valley of sinew and gore and
loving it.
Again, loving it. So you do see a particularly red, wet lump of meat. It's calling to you. Do you eat the heart meat?
course I do.
Okay.
Jesus, Ross, I can't believe you had to ask. But I appreciate that you did. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
You always have a choice.
Do you hide it from the others, or do you just do it?
I didn't do it.
All right.
I don't hide. Hey, I don't hide things from my friends.
He doesn't.
All right.
That's why we love Rakk. He is so open and honest and direct.
All right, you gain a free advance.
What?
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So just go and pick that at your leisure, and you arrive.
And there will be no consequences.
There will be no consequences. You all arrive at the Black Raven Lodge, which is a very large, imposing building. A hunter's a traveler's lodge. There's a sign out front with a picture of a black raven on it. The building looks perfectly intact, but the door is open and a cold wind blows throughout. It is very abandoned. There are leaves being swept away by the wind. The door creaks. Yeah. Who's going in?
Oh, I totally want to see what's in there.
Okay.
Don't we all?
So
it's a little chilly out here, and it seems warm in there. Let's go in and build up a fire.
It is quite cold in there. It is, in fact, the fire has gone out, but Valanthe immediately reaches over to start the fire. And as soon as the fire is lit, you can see there's some candles. As soon as you light the fire, all of you hear in the corner in the darkened booth voice, "Bring a candle, light a candle, and bring it here."
All right.
It is a deep voice, but a woman's voice. And as you bring the candle over, you see an enormously tall woman. Her head nearly reaches the ceiling. She is probably 10 feet tall.
Just her head?
Well, her head reaches the ceiling. Yes, thank you. She is quite imposing. Her skin is weathered. She's lived outdoors. She is wearing a blindfold. There are dark stains where her eyes are. She's wearing the clothing of a outdoors woman. But crafted the cloak is made from the leather of some beast none of you recognize, even you, Rakk. Rakk, though, you do see one glance at her hands through the faint light of the candles, tells you that she has led a life of violence. They are scarred and leathered, and the sinews.
I immediately approve.
Yeah.
Here's your candle.
She says, "One of you is a hunter. Is he not?"
Oh yeah, no, not it.
Everyone points at Rakk.
It's like, hi.
The blindfolded woman does not see that.
I still wave. I don't think.
Yeah. So good. Did you bring something to eat?
We have hallucinogenic mushrooms.
I would like some.
Is there any of the heart meat left?
You ate all of that.
Okay.
Oh.
Hold on.
We lose. Oh, Alistair.
Now recording.
Right. Don't worry, I have my local recording. So, yeah, the Alistair stuff is more for time stamping and backup in case mine. Yeah. Anyways, if you could get something, the mushrooms would be a good start to a stew.
I could make you something.
Yes, hunt something for me and prepare it.
What about this big old quill that a plant fired into our friend's chest?
That could also be added to a good stew.
Sweet.
That seems more like seasoning than actual,
Oh, sure.
Hey,
but,
yeah.
It takes all parts to make a stew.
Okay, I'll tell you what, guys. I will be right back. I'm going to go do some violence.
All right.
Right. While you do that, I will get together some of the things. I know that I'm not the best cook, but Stew requires a roux usually, doesn't it? Like a pot with water in it and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Let's do some prep work.
Mix some blood in there too.
All right, we're all making a stew. So
I'll cut up this big evil plant spear that fired into Rakk's chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be seasoning. Like bay leaves. Only it's a quill. Yeah, you don't eat
it's like celery that can murder you.
Yeah.
Only it's a quill.
Murder celery is great.
Yeah, it adds.
We'll definitely
adds a nice
add
crunch.
that.
Like only it's a quill that has my blood on it.
Yeah.
There is a well. You did see a well outside the lodge.
Do not rinse that off under any circumstance.
I would never.
If I can get some random metal, I could probably just get together.
We're not putting iron filings into the stew again.
I said it was.
We made that mistake once.
Sorry, what were you saying, Gary?
That was that was copper filings, and that would have worked if you hadn't stopped me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I could at least make a decent pot if there's not one around.
No, there is a pot. The kitchen is actually well stocked with tools.
Okay.
So there's plenty of firewood next to the fireplace. The place seems prepared. It just lacks ingredients. So, you can also search around the lodge to see if there are ingredients. So we'll just do this as a little role-play thing. So Rakk is out hunting for the meat.
Yep.
Valanthe is preparing the water, the broth. And so Outis, what about you?
I'm cutting up the weird plant spear.
Okay, yeah. To have your bay leaves, quills, essentially. You do see a grater. You could try to grate it into seasoning.
Oh no, I was just going to use my normal killing knife.
Okay.
It has to be chopped. It can't be.
Okay. And Garanhon, what about you?
Ooh, actually, since Rakk asked for there to be blood, my weapon is blood bound, so I'm going to use that aspect of it for cooking.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mark a D4 stress of blood to use for cooking.
All right. Do you want to roll that, or should I?
You go ahead.
Okay.
I want to see how evil the dice is on the thing.
Okay. Not very.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
Do you have blood protection?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Damn it.
I'm going to say it still inflicts 1. You do bleed, so you take 1 blood stress regardless, because you're literally cutting yourself with a knife. You can't if you don't cut yourself, like there's no blood. Like you have to take damage for this to work. So you do that, and
I mean, all that really does is make the weapon roll with mastery for the rest of the situation. But I assume that will just help me in chopping up the stuff.
Oh, sure, definitely. And the blood works in. It will be extra seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So Garanhon, what are you going to be doing? Are you looking the rest of the lodge for ingredients or seasonings, or trying to gather something? Or are you going to help with the cooking, or do something else entirely?
Specifically, I'm actually going to help maintain the fire and the optimal temperatures to be able to work this out.
All right. So you and Valanthe are getting the fire, making sure the fire is hot and even at all times, and the broth is soon coming.
Flames on the side of my face.
So Rakk,
can I make one other check? Because I do have the Haven domain, and I think that it fits here inside the lodge itself. I was going to do a discern and see if there's actually any kind of root vegetables in the potato bin.
Okay. Yeah, very good. You can go ahead and roll that.
Yes.
We have more? Yeah. There are some potatoes that have not been feasted upon by the rats. You do see some dark, beady eyes glowering at you as you managed to secure a few potatoes that they had somehow did not bother to eat. They must have had quite a feast here. The potato bin was quite large once upon a day. But yeah, you managed to. So you get to work to doing that. So
now hear this, vermin. If you try to come out into the light where I can see you, you're also going to end up in the pot.
Well, you can go hunt them, but yeah, they're not that brave. Definitely not Skaven. Because Skaven aren't real. That would be silly.
Yet.
So Rakk, are you just? I'll let you choose. You can hunt around the lodge and find some game. You could go further afield and make a risky hunt check, or you could go really deep out and make a dangerous hunt check.
What is dangerous? Is that drop the highest 2?
Yep.
I'm not gonna. No, I think I'll go somewhat deep.
Okay, so risky.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is hunt and wild, obviously.
Both.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that will fail as your vision blurs, and all you can think about is that giant field of meat. Meat. Why are you bothering this? You can just eat so much of the meat. So there's going to be 4 mind stress, as you're not hunting very well. But yeah, you take 4 mind stress. Do you keep hunting?
Yes, I do.
Are you hunting? Are you going closer, back towards the lodge, or still hunting dangerous game, or hunting the field?
Hunting risky game.
Yeah, risky.
I'll still hunt. I'll still try risky.
Okay.
There we are.
Nice.
All right, so you get a big creature. What does it look like? Could be a fucked up deer.
Oh yeah, like a scaly deer.
All right, yeah. Good meat on this one.
It's got legs where its antlers should be, and antlers where its legs should be.
Sure.
It's a non-Euclidean deer. Awesome.
Yeah,
No, we're not getting into these deers again. No.
it's got more meat than it seems like it should.
So
it has a number of legs.
So you come back there in game.
Yeah, get it on my shoulders and carry it back.
Mm-hmm. As you're walking back proudly, having hunted and provided for your friends and the strange woman, you do hear a whisper coming from back where the valley of meat was, but by the time you turn around, there's nothing there. Just the wind. Must have been.
Like I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, fuck off, wind.
I'm actually looking. Not yet. And I continue on.
Mm-hmm. You get back. You dress it expertly. Need to roll. And
like a cool Hannibal scene where I'm expertly cutting meat up.
Mm-hmm. And
humming to myself.
You have the scaly leather too. You leave.
Ooh,
that.
I'm keeping that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. When you come back, the woman sniffs once. It's like, good. We'll eat well tonight.
It's like, absolutely, we will.
So the 4 of you all get to work, and soon there is a bubbling, delicious pot of stew. You can all the smell of meat and potato, and the strange quill seasoning is adding a certain je ne sais quoi to the yeah.
Certain I don't know what. I knew it.
So you all Valanthe dutifully pours out bowls for everyone, and soon you're all feasting as you give.
While it's going to take us a little bit of time for that stew to cook, I couldn't help but notice that cast iron mold in the shape of apples over there. I'm going to make some apple bread out of the supplies that we brought with.
All right. You can mark. That will be D6 to supplies. So you take 4 to supplies to use up that much. But your supplies still stand that. So yeah, you have quite a feast going. All the while, the giant woman waits. But when you feed her, give her a bowl, she eagerly eats and drinks every last bit of broth.
What's that? That's the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but otherwise, she stays silent until she is done eating. Have Rakk, did you finish before she finished eating? She's a quick eater. Or are you also a quick eater? Or did you savor your
If it's
feed?
something I made, I tend to savor it.
All right. So she's done before you are.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "So you're a hunter."
I am, among other things.
And you're on the hunt for a particular quarry, are you not?
We're always hunting something, but yes, mine's a bit more living and elusive.
I think I know what you're after. And I know how it can be lured to a place. How I can make it appear. But
Can you?
Your bow. You used a bow to bring down this game, did you not?
I did.
It is not nearly enough to kill the quarry you seek. You need a better weapon.
Oh, I always believe hunt with the proper tools.
If you're the kind of hunter who can bring that beast down, then you need the right weapon. And I'll tell you how to get out the right weapon. But I'm not sure you'll be able to finish that part of the job. But if you can finish that part of the job, you can then I'm sure you can bring down the beast.
Oh, I like a challenge.
Good. Because this will definitely be one. Go out into the way you came, into the valley where it smells of blood and meat.
I'm familiar with the location.
And call out for Braum. Demand Braum show himself. And then kill him. And then make your weapon from his bones. A spear.
Okie dokie. I can kill.
And that spear made from Braum's bones will be enough to kill the beast. And I will give you a way. I will tell you when and where you can find the beast so that you can throw the spear into its heart and kill it. But first you must kill Braum and then make the spear yourself.
Aw, I was hoping I would get to make a spear.
Iggy poo! That's my happy noise.
Well, we can all make the spear, or at least we can help.
She leans
but
back.
He must face the gazebo Braum alone.
So head out now. If you're the hunter you think you are.
All right.
So it's like a solo thing? Like, do we have to stay here, or...?
No. I said nothing to any of you. If you are as hunting companions, you are as hunting companions.
Sweet!
All right, off we go. Let's bring some leftover stew. I mean, I'm sure that Braum is going to be hungry when we run into him.
Well, we're going to kill him.
Well, yes, but that doesn't mean that we have to be uncivil.
As we go after Braum the blacksmith, 5 stone wide.
All right, so you head back out, and there is the Valley of Meat. And let's see here. I think it's Braum. Well, whatever. I call him Braum now.
And though we walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Meat, we shall fear no Braum.
We shall fear no hunger.
All right, so
Rakk is with me.
Oh.
His pot and his fork, it feedeth me.
All right. So, if you are you just following the woman's instructions to the T, then, Rakk?
Yep.
Okay. You do so, and you step out of the shadows. You see yourself for a moment.
Hey, that's not Braum.
It is. Well, this is what Rakk sees. So what Rakk sees is, go ahead and give me a discern check. Discern plus wild. Or whatever domain you have. Cursed. Cursed would work too.
Arse.
9.
So there's a type of monster that haunts this particular area. This area in particular, they're known as butchers in Derelictus. The heart is made of meat, but you don't eat that meat because if you eat that meat too much, you turn into a predatory monster that hunts and kills and has giant antlers. Yeah, so they're very tall. They're very strong. And, they just eat the walls. They eat the heart's flesh.
We'll be fine then. We're not the walls.
Yeah, but that's Rakk sees he realized this is another version of himself. This is him if he keeps eating that heart's meat. The heart meat he just ate recently and felt so great eating. So in a sense, this is to kill yourself to fight Braum, because Braum is you in another life.
Poop.
Yeah. So, do you reconsider, or do you like, well, I'm not going to eat the meat anymore?
I'm not going to eat the meat anymore.
So it's okay to kill him?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, if you eat his meat, it doesn't count, right?
Yeah. So what all of you see is a gnoll twice the size of Rakk with enormous antlers on its head. Feral in appearance, with nightmarish claws and antlers. And covered in blood and meat.
I bet that guy's got real good bones in there for making a spear.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he does. Hey, Braum, are you hungry? Would you like some stew?
Like, Braum, this is me officially calling you out.
All right, he charges you.
I'm like, oh, goody gumdrops.
Mm-hmm. So you can make one shot with your bow. After that, he'll be in melee range for sure.
Absolutely.
And this is risky. This is a risky foe. So
fair enough. Yeah, I miss anyway.
Yep. So he lays into you with nightmare claws. For 3 blood stress. What does that put you at?
It took 4 before, so 7. No, wait, no. So that's -1, so
6.
2. 6.
Okay. Well,
hey, look at that.
I'm just gonna be easy again. You're bleeding.
I'm like, that's good.
Man, we do that a lot.
Yeah, it's like you get getting cut up by shit. Yeah. So, Rakk tries to fire a shot off from his bow. It misses, and the creature just tackles him, or just lays into him with claws, and Rakk is forced to drop the bow. Yeah.
Well, guess what? I have nightmare claws too.
Well, Valanthe, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna monster out.
Okay.
Just, hey guys, what's that? Point, change, vanish.
That's more spiders than I remember.
Okay, so are you just like sneaking up on it this round then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Valanthe.
This round I have to sneak, and then next round I can murder.
Yeah. Very good. Outis, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna summon up the Frenzy of the Sky Court so that I can know how to kill things.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Rolling with Mastery because I have Crazy Brain. Hey, 7.
All right. I don't know.
I think you're going off the rails with that crazy brain.
All right, so you get the spell to go off. I don't think it does any stress on the. I don't know. I'm not going to look up the stress. I'll just give it to you this time. Garanhon, what are you going to do?
Quick question. Do the shrooms that I got, do those count as wild or occult domain?
Wild.
Oh, wild. Okay, never mind then. So I'll have to grab something else for that. I'm going to go ahead and just hit on an attack.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I take that back. So what I'm going to do first is hit overclock on my. That's like for my ability, and so that I will make an immediate melee attack, and my weapon will gain the brutal tag.
Okay, very good.
I'll go ahead and make that. Mm-hmm. So that would be kill with technology.
Okay.
Right. Success on 7.
Yeah, on 6 because
6.
It's risky.
Risky, so go down right now.
Yeah,
okay.
But you get to roll 2d. 2 things and keep the highest one. That's what brutal does.
Okay. So excellent. So that'll be 2d6.
Mm-hmm. And it'll hit you back, but
yeah,
I'll do that.
That's cool. And I am going to have to make a fortune roll because I'm going to take there. So not great, but 3.
Okay. It takes 1 stress. It has protection too, unless you have armor piercing.
I do not on this, unfortunately. So, but I'm going to go ahead and mark D4 stress as I push my luck and I strain my engines.
Okay. That's 3 stress.
The fortune. Yep.
112. So you're fine on that. And then it is going to backslash you with its claws for 4 blood stress.
Okay. All right. So I take 1.
All right. And you're fine.
Yep.
So I think that's everybody's action for this round. Rakk, it's up to you. What are you going to do?
Fine, I'll use my own claws against him.
All right.
I have unmaking claws.
Ooh. So are they just... do they have any tags on them, or are they just... what are they... Oh, unmaking. They pierce. Oh, good. That's good, because he has protection.
Here's Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Unfortunately, it's risky.
Motherfucker. I hate the dice roller.
Yep. All right, so he is going to slash at you again. For 1. For nothing. So, yeah, see? Dice roll.
Hey, you're not the only one who's armored, sucker.
Thanks, buddy.
He doesn't have piercing either, so... let's see, I believe Valanthe is next.
Let's see how we do. From the shadows we swing. And that's a 7.
Yeah. Is this a ranged attack or a melee attack?
Melee.
Okay. I'll say with surprise he won't be able to retaliate this time because he snuck up. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Now I am using my Sacred Blade, which is bloodbound.
Okay.
And I will gladly take the blood stress so that I can get, extra stabby.
Okay. Let's see here. What does that do again?
Oh, does that not have to take up a whole turn?
Well, I think you activating your ability does, but
No. I know. I mean the bloodbound thing because I'm going to do the same thing myself, and I was
no, it does not take up your turn. You can put it as part of an attack.
Yay.
All right, so you get to roll with. Well, bloodbound means you get to roll an extra D10 when you attack. You roll with mastery, so it doesn't do more damage, but you get to roll an additional D10.
Yeah, basically cancels out the risky.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's add a D10 and see if I might have.
Nope.
Okay, it wouldn't have changed the outcome. So.
All right, so you got brutal though. So you get to roll 4 stress on it. So you do 2 stress on it. Let's see what it doesn't hit you because you sneak up, but that goes away this round. So it saw you and you stab it and you actually inflicted some damage onto it. Good job. You're all just dogpiling this thing. It's a rabid whirlwind of violence as this gangly, monstrous gnoll is whipping its claws around at high speeds, churning up blood and meat every time it strikes and misses you. And you're all just dodging out of the way barely, or taking these hits and lashing back. You can all feel the bloodlust rising in you to varying degrees. Probably Garanhon the least, but Garanhon's still getting really fucking pissed at this thing. So I think Outis is next.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will also roll the D4 blood stress, so my bloodbound weapon gets its bonus.
Okay.
Yay, 2. And I have protection, so that's just 1.
Yeah, I'll just keep that, because I think I rolled the D12 instead of a D4. So yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Anyways, go ahead and roll your attack.
Alrighty. So,
and what attack are you using?
I'm using my knife because my magic spell is a shotgun blast, and we're all in one place.
Yeah.
So that would be bad.
Spray's not a thing. It's fine.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, look, if I'm not Frenzy of the Sky Court also means I make a lot of snap decisions, so I might decide to just fire off the blast if it gets desperate later. So, you know,
Cool.
buckle up.
It's cool.
Alrighty. So, unfortunately, I roll a 4. So,
Okay.
that sucks.
It is going to lash out at you. And do nothing. So, because you have protection, right? Yep. So yeah, it is a lot of near misses, a lot of ding, ding, ding. It looks really cool. I'll say that much. Garanhon, what about you?
Okay. So I am gonna go ahead and actually, before I do it, ask: does anybody have an occult or technology resource?
I think Rakk does. Rakk said he had one that he couldn't sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have? What is
some,
it?
Technology.
some occult drugs that I got from the Yak Man.
So I just look at Rakk like, throw me the wires, I'll throw you the shrooms.
No time to argue.
So if you're able to trigger that, I'll throw you the shrooms, absorb that, and then activate the Vermissian plate in order to inflict stress on it. So what's the D on what quality is your resource?
D6, I think.
Is it all right? Racket? Do you see what it is? What is it? A D6 resource?
It's a D6.
Okay, so yeah. So I'm just going to absorb that and inflict that amount of it's like stress onto an adversary. So
Okay.
all right. So
Go ahead and roll.
6, 4.
All right, that inflicts another 2 onto him. He does have blood just protection because he only has 1 stress track. But yeah, what does that look like, Garanhon?
So once I get to the wires, I open up that's like 1 port on it that just looks like a smelter. I shove that in. It just sounds like a horrible grinding. It's like grinding sound as it goes through, and it allows me to reach back, creates enough vents to basically throw a steam-powered rocket punch at him.
All right, and it strikes him enough. You can hear bone.
Big ol' punch.
There's an audible crack in its ribs. So you've at least cracked a rib, if not broken a rib. But it real pissed. Now that was a ranged thing, so it cannot retaliate. And yeah, we're at a new round. Rakk.
Let's try this again. Motherfucking get present fragging.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, roll damage.
Call it.
Yeah.
What's these hand to hand?
I think for you it would be a D6 because you have claws.
I do, and it's penetrating.
Yeah. So it's just whatever you roll, that's what you get. So 4, yeah.
Nice.
You do a shitload of damage to it. What does it look like?
I essentially like I'm jumping I'm on top of his head and start gouging, chunks of flesh out at, like from right above its eyes.
Okay. Yeah. Blinding him. Yeah. It screeches in pain and is unable to retaliate. It finally throws you off. You land a few feet away, and
I'm cackling the whole time.
Yeah. It's very good. At least for you. Yeah.
This is heaven.
You see your face like you're tearing your own eyes out for a second there, but no, it turns back to another gnoll. It's fine. It's definitely not you.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Valanthe,
not today, meat forest.
Valanthe, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to drop inhumanly low because super, super flexible, what with all the legs, and give this thing a nice solid slice across the hammies.
Okay. Still in melee then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haven't had a chance to run away yet. That may come later.
Damn, well, with an 8 and a 9, you're still able to hit it. So go ahead and roll damage.
We're
having
6.
a good time.
Nice.
6 is enough to seal the deal. And yeah, what does it look like?
Well, similar to the Johnny Cage nut punch, except much more flexible and much lower. I'm going to put, I'm going to give real meaning to the phrase the knees and just slice it off like right across the back of the knees. And then when it screams and starts to fall down, then it's going to get a back slice across the back of the thighs. And then I'm just going to push it towards Rakk so that he can finish it off and get the killing blow.
All right. So yeah, you have...
like volleyball, only deadlier.
Yeah. You have...
and I'm gonna do it the Kano way.
Okay.
Pull its heart out.
Rip its heart out, of course. So you've slain your foe. You've probably eaten him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you get to remove fallout with that? I think if you eat...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
you can heal that bleeding.
Monster's appetite.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just let you do that. That makes sense.
Yay!
And while everybody's focused on Rakk, I'm gonna just grab my cloak, flip it around, and then I don't know what you're talking about, spiders.
Like, as I do, it's like I'll just be like, my baloney has a first name. It's Braun.
Oh, God damn it!
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, I know.
So but you can gather no other resources. You need the entire body to get his bones. So you realize, all of you, that the best place to do that would be back at the lodge, because there's at least tables there. Yeah, not in the meat forest where there's other things like that running around.
It'd probably be bad.
As we do, like, you know what? I just realized I just ate my own heart, and it was good.
All of you don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This thing didn't. This was a distinctive creature. So
no idea what you're talking about. Sounds cathartic, though.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm pretty sure there's some weird thing going on, but I'm just going to go with it right now.
I mean, I see lots of weird things all the time now.
I think
now it won't go away.
The important thing is that we're having fun together.
Like, there are some times, like when I'm laying in bed at night, that I start to wonder if this is normal. And it causes me worry, and it's distressing. Then I go hunt something, and it's all good.
Yeah. So the when you return to the Black Raven Lodge, it looks very different, though. It looks weathered, ancient, falling down. There are holes in the roof. It does not look pristine or intact. There are still tables, and some of the roof is intact, so you can take shelter there if you want. But other than that, yeah.
It smells like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
We made a deal with a ghost again, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
How many 10-foot tall women have you normally seen that aren't supernatural in some way, shape, or form?
I'm not actually sure if I've ever seen anything that's not supernatural in some form. But wait, how's she going to tell Rakk where to find the big worm?
Oh, don't worry. She'll be back. Soon you'll see.
No.
We haven't seen the last of she.
So, Rakk, you realize you can butcher the body to get the bones, but to craft the spear itself, you probably need to be back at the halfway house, because that'll take time.
Well, okay, I'll get the bones.
Yeah. And the meat...
The meat's coming with me.
Well, the meat, you realize it's also tainted. If you eat any of that meat, you may become one of those things.
I'm actually silent. That's just, that's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to go to waste, but no. What can you do? I believe it was Descartes that once said, blah, 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 blah. I go into some philosophical thing. while I'm stripping bones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, blah, 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 indeed.
Yeah. So I think that's a good place to end the session, because
ending on butchering a carcass of what could be me is always a great way to end a session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I see flickerings of alternate realities all the time now, so sometimes you just kind of look like one of those.
We just make a god-killing spear out of your future bones.
That does make me feel better. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, questions, comments, suggestions. Do you guys have fun with this one?
Oh, this was good.
Yeah.
This was amazing. I'm already picturing the bone crucible where we're going to melt them down and smelt them into a spear. And
yeah, bone forging. That's the hottest new thing.
Yeah.
Can we give them a nice, scary Damascus pattern?
We might need some bone solvent for this.
We're definitely going to need some bone solvent. How else are we going to put the wicked flames on it?
Yeah,
what about bone saws? Are they ready?
They will be.
Oh, they better be.
All right, so David got a story beat and Tom got a story beat. So we can deal with that next time. Just keep that in mind, and we'll pick up.
Also, Tom got an extra.
Yeah, he did get an extra advance. So
you get to spend 2.
Yeah. And we'll of course next time we'll start on your way to the tower, and you'll find out more about that. And so we'll if there's nothing else, we'll talk to you all later.
All right. Later.
Bye.
Ooh.